I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, what's good, party people in the place to be? It's your man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. Welcome. What's good, what's good, what's good? Good morning. Good morning. How y'all this morning? Yeah, man. What's good? Julian Tran is in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? JM, what's good? What's good? How y'all this morning? Y'all ready to talk about our favorite son, the one that drives us crazy? Y'all ready to talk about some Kevin Knox? Let's do it. CT is in the building. CT, what's good? What's good? Y'all ready to talk about my guy, man? Y'all ready to talk about my guy? I'm ready. I'm ready because there are a lot of things said. Some of it is unfair, and I think we probably need to address it. Right. Right. Some of it is unfair. A lot of it is fair. Kevin Knox didn't really do us any favors. You know what I mean? He didn't really do us favors. You know what I'm saying? Right. And for one, the whole motor thing bothers me. I hate talking about people not having a motor. You know, that really bothers me, y'all. South Brooklyn, what's good? Jarrell Williams, what's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, let's get into this Knox conversation, man. Let's get into it, right? Let's get into the Knox conversation. I'm frustrated by the kid because the potential for something great is there. Right? The potential for Kevin Knox is there. The realization of that potential bothers me. Right? That bothers me, man. Because you see certain things and you're like, this kid is so close. You see something and it's you're like, man, only if this kid could do such and such. Only if this happened with Kevin Knox. Only if that happened with Kevin Knox. And you get into a point where the potential is more tantalizing than what you receive on the court. Right? So we know Kevin Knox is from Kentucky. We know that. That's another thing that bothers us. He was drafted 8 overall or 9 overall. So he was drafted 9th overall in the 2018 draft. 9th overall in 2018. Wow. That's also frustrating, man. That is frustrating. Let me focus on the task at hand. Let me focus on y'all. White Falcon, what's good? What's good? Jeff Jones, what's happening? So Kevin Knox is the type that frustrates you, not because he's a lazy bum, but because you can see the potential. He is so close at some stuff. Right? And let me got all kind of updates trying to happen while I'm talking to y'all. There we go. Right. So Knox is frustrating because you see the potential. The shot is there. There is some level of athleticism there. The squeaky clean background that you like, you know. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to production. And produce, he is not. He doesn't produce. Knox is not producing anything. Right? Ultimately, what you would like to see from a Knox is him realize his ultimate potential. Right? That's what you would like to see, is Kevin Knox realize his potential. Right? And Julian Tran says, but some mental hurdles are tougher to get over than physical ones. Yeah, I don't think he has mental hurdles. I don't think Kevin Knox has mental hurdles. Right? I think Kevin Knox's issues, his main issue is game speed. The speed of the league bothers Kevin Knox. Does that mean he's slow? No. Does that mean he's slow? No, it does not. Right? I want to pull up something. And y'all know I always have something. Yeah, y'all are like, man, Uncle Freezy, you always got something going on. Yeah. I always do. All right. And I should have had this looking better, but I'm a tinkerer. And I know that drives some people crazy. Like, man, just finish with it, man, and show it. I know. Just right here doesn't look okay. You know what? I'm trying to fix this up so that I can show it to you, show it to y'all. But all right. So I'm almost finished. I changed my thoughts on some things after I looked at them, but I'm just going to show it to you anyway. And I'm just going to show it to you anyway. All right, let me share this with y'all, right? I'm just going to share this with y'all. Y'all be patient with me. I had been working on it, and then when I looked at it, and I was like, I don't know. Now, you know. All right, so this is the stuff we talked about already, right? So Knox is 6'7". We thought he was 6'9". He's 6'7". That's frustrating to us, you know, because we thought we were getting a 6'9", sweet shooting, super athletic, playmaking, ball handling, offensive guy that would be comparable to Michael Carter Williams. I mean, not Michael Carter Williams, but Michael Porter Jr. Come to find out, he and RJ are about the same height. Right? Come to find out, he and RJ are about the same height. We drafted him 9th overall in a situation where the year prior we drafted another project where it only made sense that if you're kicking the can down the road, why not wait on these kids to develop? If you're kicking the can down the road, why not get two or three guys that can develop together? The thing is, though, is that we didn't put a development staff in place. Right? So Knicks Nation says, Freezy, I think it's a confidence issue with Knox. The team didn't allow him to build on his rookie success. So all we saw since then is his negative. Yeah, I got something that I'm going to address about that too. Let me pull this down. I'm going to pull this down so y'all can see. So y'all can see the prettiness that is Uncle Freezy. Right? The thing about Knox in that rookie season, is that it wasn't really that good of a rookie season. It wasn't really that good. He looked terrible. But the thing about it is, he got carte blanche to do certain things, right? He got the keys to the kingdom. He was talking as if he was going to be a long-term Knick. Now, what I will give him credit for is his body. He came into the draft looking like Gumby, and right now he looks like a man. Okay? The one thing you can't say about Kevin Knox is that his body has not changed over the years. We need not Julian Tran says we need not a sports psychologist, but an elite sports psychologist for Kevin Knox. Andre Bryant was good. Andre Bryant says if Knox was so successful, a lot of picks should have outperformed a career backup. Morris 24 start. Yeah. My thing is with oh my gosh. My thing is with Knox is that he allowed the moment to get too big for him, I think. I think he allowed the moment to get too big for him, for one. I don't think that's I didn't think that was a mental issue, maybe a confidence issue, but again, we have a lot to work with in terms of what this kid brings to the table, right? The kid has a lot to work with. My only deal is, do the Knicks have time to wait? Is that roster spot that valuable where Knox becomes expendable? You feel me? Does that roster spot become expendable if we lose, if we start to lose patience with Knox? At what point do we stop waiting? At what point is it no longer fruitful for the organization to wait on Kevin Knox? Right? So allow me to tell you what I think Kevin Knox should be. Right? And I'm going to bring this up again after I made my adjustments. I'm going to bring this up again. Bring this screen up again so that I can show you what I think Kevin Knox should be. So I think right now, if we accept that Kevin Knox could become a solid role player, not a starter, but a solid role player, then I think we're being reasonable. Subliminal 209 is in the building. What's good? Subliminal 209 says if he hasn't gotten better this year and has trade value the way DSJ did, then you do it. Yeah. I think Knox is better. Than Frank than DSJ. Because when you talk about sports psychologists, Dennis Smith Jr. is the one. Dennis Smith Jr. is the one that needed. Dennis Smith Jr. is. Now I hate to do that because I know how y'all are. Uncle Freezy, that's not politically correct. You can't call a guy with mental health issues or whatever it is crazy. Nah, bro. Dennis Smith Jr. had some real issues going on. Right. Knox does not have those same mental issues that Dennis Smith Jr. had. You can see it with Dennis Smith Jr. You can see him handcuff himself in real time. Like, oh no, I'm not supposed to do that. But if you accept the fact that Kevin Knox can be a role player, a solid role player, right? Eventually becoming something kind of similar to Alec Burks, but less playmaking. Right? Because for the record, Alec Burks is a decent playmaker. Remember, he came out of Colorado as a point guard. Thanks, Walt Perrin. Right? Another thing that should be realized is this too. Kevin Knox has the potential to be a great, excellent shooter. An excellent shooter, right? From range. He has the potential to become an excellent shooter from range, right? This past year, he shot 38.5% from three, I think. Let me see. No, I'm sorry. He shot 39.3% from three. So Kevin Knox almost shot 40% from three this year. Oh, of course, on limited attempts, of course. Let's have some perspective. Pudge Knight says he's not better than Dwayne Bacon. Yes, he is. Dwayne Bacon just has this button where he's super aggressive. Right? Dwayne Bacon is just super aggressive. But he's not, he doesn't have a package like Kevin Knox. He's not the shooter Knox is. He doesn't have the size Knox does. He doesn't have the upside on defense that Knox has. Dwayne Bacon is a inefficient scorer. 45 points a game? Who averaged 45 points a game? Somebody averaged 45 points a game? Nah, man, come on. Yeah, let's have some perspective. 45 points a game? Subliminal says, if I was a coach, Knox is doing wind sprints all practice. I just think Knox just a bust and the Knicks gamble on the role play instead of the injury-prone play and MPJ. Yeah, that's probably true also. Hardwell says his upside is his height and handling for his height, and he can shoot. Unfortunately, he didn't get better sitting on the bench. Right? I could see that. I could see that also. My main thing though, with Knox is not that he can't do, but he just hadn't put it all together. He's the puzzle. You remember Christmas time? You know what I'm saying? Your auntie from out of town, they get you like the weird Christmas gift, like a puzzle of a windmill puzzle, right? And you land on it, you're like, this is the grass, and this is the water, these are the blades. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's what Knox is. The 10,000 box puzzle set of a windmill. That's Kevin Knox. Right? Pudge Knight says Bacon is the sleeper this year. Nah, dog. I think he a goner. I think Dwayne Bacon is a goner. I think Dwayne Bacon getting a shot looks to me like a CAA client crossed with a favor from your coach's best friend. Steve Clifford was like, hey, man, this kid, man, yo, Tibbs, man. Hey, Tibbs, man, yo, this kid, Dwayne Bacon, man, he worked hard. You know, man, why don't you give him a shot? Y'all ain't really doing that. Yeah. Hey, Savage NYC, what's good? Yeah, he looks like a favor. That looks like a favor. Man, give this kid a shot, man. Let him come in and earn some money for his family. That's what Dwayne Bacon looks like. To me, I don't think he's going to stick. Do I like Dwayne Bacon? Yes. Do I like Dwayne Bacon? Yes, I do. Does Dwayne Bacon fit the mold of the current Knicks roster? No. A shoot first guy that is impartial and meh to defense. You like defense? Defense, yeah. I'll wave my hand or something, you know. Yeah, I'll try to steal the ball or something, but yeah, that ain't my thing. Andre Bryant says Knox won't get better till he out of the league for 5 years and fight his way back in the NBA in his late 20s after killing it overseas. That might be true. That may be true, but everybody doesn't make it first go round, right? But I think Knox will. Let's look at some career stats for Knox, right? So Knox is a career 8.5 points a game, 3 rebounds. On the surface, these numbers look okay, right? What doesn't look okay are these shooting percentages. These numbers look terrible, right? These don't, and so I put a percent. See, this is why I say sometimes, man, I rush through things and they don't necessarily come out like I want, because so yeah, Knox is a career 37% from the floor, 34 and a half from three, and 70% from the free throw line. Mr. Knox, listen, if you're not going to make your shots from the floor, can you at least make them from the line? If you're considered a pure shooter, right? Pure shooters don't shoot free throw percentages in the low 70s. Let's go. Right? Fuzz 9 says, AKA Splinters. Yeah. Soulfinger says Knox came out too soon and he was drafted way too high. It was all on film that he was a big, no way big project. Yeah, well, here's the thing with Knox, right? Here's my thing with Knox, and I know y'all are gonna be like, "Oh, Uncle Freezy, you always capping for. Why don't you just admit?" Man, listen, I'm here to tell you that so DeAndre Ayton went number 1, Marvin Bagley went number 2, Luka Doncic went number 3 to Atlanta, Jaren Jackson went 4 to Memphis, Trae Young went 5 to Dallas. At 6, the Orlando Magic selected Mo Bamba. He's terrible. Mo Bamba is trash. Mo Bamba is a bum. Mo Bamba is a bum, yo. But listen, if Orlando had selected Kevin Knox at 6, if Orlando had drafted Kevin Knox at 6, I think we'd be having a different conversation about Kevin Knox. Mo Bamba is trash. Right? Trash. Mo Bamba is garbage. Mo Bamba is so garbage, some dude made a song about him. Mo Bamba is garbage. And Andre Bryant says, Orlando had Aaron Gordon and Jonathan Isaac, and I'm here to tell you, so what? Because you knew that Kevin Knox was a project, and if you have Aaron Gordon and Jonathan Isaac playing in front of him, you know what that does for Kevin Knox? It gives him room to come off the bench and grow into his own eventually. Right? Right? Kevin Knox could have come off the bench behind Aaron Gordon and Jonathan Isaac, giving Orlando something they desperately need. That's shooting from the forward position, right? A little bit of ball handling. And by the time you got ready to trade Aaron Gordon, you could have slid Kevin Knox right into your starting lineup. You could have had Kevin Knox at 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, 40% from 3, 80% from the free throw line, and your starting lineup right now with Jonathan Isaac. Because in Orlando, you can go and develop, and not be under pressure to be a bust. But in New York, when the Knicks hadn't drafted so high in so long, all eyes are on every draft pick. You can't make mistakes. You feel me? You cannot make mistakes. And don't get it twisted. Don't tell me that the situation prevents you the situation prevents you from developing. It does, right? Give you another example. Chicago selected Wendell Carter Jr., right? Wendell Carter Jr. at 7. If Kevin Knox had gone 7 to Chicago, he's a different player. Right? And I know what y'all going to say. Y'all going to say, but Wendell Carter's a player. Bruh. Wendell Carter is a average big man at best that can't stay healthy. And I know, I know y'all not feeling me on this, right? I know y'all not feeling me on this, but so what? I'm telling you, y'all know how I feel about y'all. I love y'all, man. But you can't just think Kevin Knox would have been a bust regardless of where he went. Y'all got to give me that. Andre Bryant says, Mo Bamba slowly getting better. E.G. Orlando made the right decision taking him over. No. Because, so Andre Bryant, the same thing I said for Knox applies to Mo Bamba, and look what Mo Bamba is. So it's either, yes, I'm right, or no, I'm not right, and Mo Bamba's trash. Because if Kevin Knox ain't it, then Mo Bamba ain't it. And if you don't understand what I'm saying about the argument, Orlando drafts a young kid in the lottery, plays them behind veterans, and lets that young player develop into something, right? And when I say that about Kevin Knox, people are like, no, the Bamba pick is better. Nah, how? Mo Bamba played behind one guy that was an all-star, right? And right now he's finally turning the corner, right? Right, finally turning the corner, finally, right? But if Kevin Knox was in the same situation in Orlando behind Evan Fournier, behind Aaron Gordon, behind Jonathan Isaac, you telling me Knox wouldn't slowly turn that corner and become a player? Come on. I feel you, Andre Bryant. Mo Bamba is 7 feet. You can't teach 7 feet. Yep. Hey, you know what else you can't teach? Athleticism and coordination. Joe Brown says Knox needs to get with T-Mac up in Houston like Jaylen Brown did. Yeah. And work on hard, quick moves instead of smooth moves. You need some explosive moves to mix with your smooth moves, Kevin Knox. Everything can't be smooth. And so I liken it to listening to slow jams all day. I can't listen to slow jams all day, Kevin Knox. I'm talking to Kevin Knox because I know Kevin Knox is watching. Kevin Knox was good. Real King come kick in the door and say, hey, he a bust. Let's move on. Real King is like, he a bust. Let's move on to something else. Yo, R&B sensation Cully is in the building. Shout out to our guy Cully. Cully will be hosting the Nixon Night podcast tonight. I know that's going to be crazy. Cully, what's good? What's good, Cully? What's happening? What's good? Kevin Knox reminds me of a slow jam. Kevin Knox, we can't have slow jams all day, baby. You know what I'm saying? We can't have, you know what I'm saying? So, yo, that's what Kevin Knox reminds me of. Slow jams all day. We can't do it. We can't do it. The Ross is in the building. Savage NYC says, do-rag Kev will be better. And that reminds me of one of my favorite lyrics. Every time I see the word do-rag, it reminds, in the immortal words of the great American poet, Keith Murray, first but not least, you will respect Keith. Lay something down like a do-rag and some grease. Shout out to the great American poet, Keith Murray. He said, first but not least, you will respect Keith. Lay something down like a do-rag and some grease. Shout out to the great American poet, Keith Murray. What's good? I'm here to say this, though, right, about Kevin Knox and that stupid do-rag. Right? Kevin Knox, a do-rag doesn't make you tough, Kevin Knox. So, hey, Soulfinger says, yo, y'all are hilarious, bro. So Soulfinger says, yo, Kevin Knox is like that smooth jazz in the elevator. And yes, we don't want to hear that all day, Kevin Knox. Come on. We don't want to hear slow jams all day, Kevin Knox. Watching Kevin Knox play is like listening to slow jams or watching a Freddie Jackson video. You are my lady. No, Kevin Knox. We need to speed this. We need some bump. Cuts, kicks, and nicks is in the building. What's good? Watching Kevin Knox play is like listening to slow jams all day. Yo, we can't do it. It don't work. Andre Bryan says Kevin Knox like blues. That's why he always looks so satisfied. Yeah, hey, and Hard Will, exactly. Kevin Knox is out there. Kevin Knox is out here sounding like an Al B. Shaw album, and the coaching staff listening to the Locks. The coaching staff is the Locks. They over there arguing like you like the Locks. You know how the Locks be fussing at each other all day, not just like on the verses, but like if you ever seen the Locks, they legit be talking at each other with screw face, like they hate each other sometimes, but you know it's all love between brothers, right? And then you know the coaching staff is bumping Wild Out, and Kevin Knox is moving at the pace of You Are My Lady. Yeah, come on, Kevin Knox. Let's go. Let's go, Kevin Knox. And I know this plays right into the hands of people that say Kevin Knox has a low motor. Right? People have been arguing at me for years. Uncle Freezy, Kevin Knox has a low motor. And I just don't buy that, man. I think he's got a high motor. I think he just plays slow. Right? I think he plays slow. Not that he can't play fast. 19 comment NYC 84. Block 53 was good. Block 53 says he needed minutes. Savage NYC says Kevin Knox has 7-footer handles. Yeah. Slow, wide, deliberate. It was like Mitchell Robinson doing that crossover on that dude. And listen, man, I'm a fatty. Man, if Mitchell Robinson would have waved that ball like that in front of me, man, I'd have picked Mitch clean and been at the other end trying to dunk. What's good, man? Andrew College J says Kevin Knox has a high arc on his. Yeah. Y'all tell me the good things about Kevin Knox. Y'all tell me something positive about Kevin Knox, man. Somebody put some positive stuff out there for Kevin Knox. Right? Somebody in the chat put something positive about our baby boy Kevin Knox. Real King put something positive out there. Knox summer workout videos is trash. Is that positive? Yo, so here's the thing I like about Kevin Knox, right? And I'm going to put this back up here. I'm joking a little bit about Knox, but I'm serious about these things here. I do believe Kevin Knox will be a long-term Knick. I do believe Kevin Knox will be a glue guy. I do believe Kevin Knox will be an excellent shooter. I do believe Kevin Knox will be an above-average defender. I do believe in time he will become a decent pick-and-roll ball handler, right? I do believe that he'll be a solid role player for the Knicks. I believe he's going to be the first guy to be signed to an extension, right? And the Knicks, believe it or not, the Knicks have until October 31st to pick up his 5th-year option. So Kevin Knox had to show something in a hurry. In a hurry. Right? DeRoss says Frank is better than Knox. Nah. Frank is trash. He got his money. Goodbye, Frank. I know Terry and Trey are somewhere watching this, probably get ready to open a business, open a business up, and soon as they heard me say Frank is trash, goodbye. I know Trey is like, if I ever see Uncle Freezy, I'm gonna punch him in the face. Well, Miss Trey, I'm like 6'6", so you'll probably have to get like a step ladder to not that you won't do it, not that you won't try, but you know how it is with Frank fans, bro. Frank fans. Oh my God. Cornerstone Kev is in the chat with a new shirt on. Oh my God. Cornerstone Kev is in the chat. See, now I have to do the obligatory. Hey, listen, man, when the contributors show up, y'all notice I do this all the time. I it's because they make me do it. When the contributors show up, man, they like, yo, why you making stay in the thing, man? We want to come on. Okay, I got you, Cap. So Block 53 says, who you rather sitting in the corner shooting threes, Obi or Knox? Knox, no doubt. Knox, no doubt. So I'm clowning Knox some, but I'm showing him love at the same time because I do think he's an NBA player. I do think he's going to be around for the long term. I do believe he's going to be an excellent shooter. I do believe he's going to become an above average defender for the Knicks. For the Knicks. Subliminal 209 said, did Cornerstone Kev ever get that Frank tattoo removed? No, that tattoo is too big, bro. That tattoo, you know, he'll probably have to get that covered up. Oh, no, you didn't. Sherwin M. just threw a live grenade in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Knox is a lot more gifted than Obi Toppin. Infamous New King was good. Yeah. Andrew College J says the title is coming next season. I'm building the show around that. If that's our offer, yeah. Knox and Frank career shooting splits are 30, 30, and 70. Yeah. Oh, the first cosign. So there's the cosign. Here's the official pat on the back. Sherwin M is right. Nah, I don't know. I think Knox is going to be stripped down of all that trash he learned under Fizdale. Right? Oh boy. Y'all ready to see some fighting on national TV? Cornerstone Kev just showed up in backstage, right? Acting like Rick James at the BET Awards. Cornerstone Kev showed up backstage acting like Rick James backstage at the BET Awards. I'm Rick James, B. And she's like, sir, who are you? I'm Rick James, B. Y'all remember that? Yeah, that might be a little too. That might be. The girl, she didn't know the girl is like 19. Y'all remember that? The girl was like 19 years old, and she just like got the clipboard, and she just trying to line up the guests, and she was like, "And who are you, sir?" And Rick James went off. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, what's good?
Nothing, man. Hold on one second.
See what I mean? See what I'm talking about? See what I mean? He legit come. I'm backstage. And then as soon as you bring him up, he like, oh, look who in the oh my goodness. Ghetto intellect. Kevin Knox better be MIP in order for things to make sense. LOL. Yeah. And I don't think he has to be MIP on an NBA level. If he MIP on a Knicks level, I think he stays. Right? If Knox is MIP on a Knicks level, then okay. Because if Knox goes to let me see, what was his numbers last year? So if Knox goes to 10 points a game and shoots 40% from three, he's a keeper. Right? There he is.
Sorry about that, fellas.
I'm Rick James.
See, now this is where you should have used the Dreamgirls analogy with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
That's what you should have used.
Jimmy Early.
Jimmy Early, yeah. That would have suited a lot better.
Hey, Jimmy, don't do that song, Jimmy. Jimmy, don't do that song. I'm Jimmy Early.
That was the funniest part of that movie, man. That was the funniest part of that movie.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy got sold.
Yeah, you like and doing the dance. Jimmy got sold.
I was hollering. I forget if I saw that in the movies or not, but when I saw that part, that was so funny because that was Eddie Murphy right there. That was Eddie Murphy at his best.
Yep.
His best.
And the thing about Dreamgirls, just real quick, I'm gonna just throw this out there. The thing about Dreamgirls is growing up in Jersey City, right? I used to see the Dreamgirls on Broadway commercial every day. And I was like, I hate Dreamgirls. Because the commercial used to come on during Kung Fu Theater.
Yeah.
You remember Kung Fu Theater? And so it's like, why y'all interrupting Kung Fu Theater with this stupid Dreamgirls commercial?
Yeah, that was the golden age, man, for us as kids and everything, man.
That
was golden age.
That and Cats. Remember that the joint Cats on Broadway?
What's up,
what's good?
What's happening, my brother?
That's my brother right there.
Partying on the mothership. Connection. How you feeling?
Kevin Knox better be the most improved player of the year. I need to understand why management gave him a new contract with no trade value. Let's go.
Well,
let's go.
Yeah, I'll take What's this? What you got? What you got in your thing, man?
Orange juice.
Yeah, man.
You got orange juice. I got water. So there you go.
My only thing with OJ, my only thing with orange juice is when I drink orange juice, man, I can't sing. It just something to my vocal cords.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Nah, opposite.
That's good.
Opposite. Nah, bro.
GI. Before we tackle your thing, I got to get on this fool right here because again, he always loves poking the bear. Why in the world are we talking about Frank? That's over with. I'm more worried about Deuce McBride.
I think it was somebody in the chat that said that.
But he put it on the thing, meaning that he wanted to poke the bear, as usual. For my show today, which will be on 6:30, the podcast.
Your show.
Yes, on my show, the podcast. With see, there you go. Now there you go.
I'm just repeating what you said.
On our show.
I'm texting GI right now. I'm texting G-Man right now.
One of the things that we will talk about is putting the Frank Hive to bed. That's what we're going to talk about. All right, we're going to put that to bed because all I'm worried about now is the players that we have right now on our roster. That's all I care about. The past is the past. This is the present.
Cornerstone, I feel your pain because, as the president of the LP fan club, Cats want to keep bringing him up. And I'm saying, listen, he's moved on. He's over in China trying out for different teams. Like, let that man live. Why y'all stressing him?
Exactly. And we're going to see DSJ, get cut by who? He's with Portland? Is it Portland?
Right. But at least he's got a job, though, bro.
Huh?
At least he's got a job.
Not for long.
He could be a training camp signing.
Yeah, but exactly. But here we go, GI. This is what I'm talking about with poking the bear. This person right here, who's a great producer.
I appreciate that.
Just loves to antagonize.
You didn't have to say it twice. You didn't have to say it twice, though.
Yeah, you know how my ego is, bro.
You could have just said it once.
You know
what they say in the old school. We heard you the first time.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, Uncle Freeze. I mean, he don't look like him, but he is the Emperor. He is Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars. That's who he is. He is. You know how the Emperor just manipulated everything to make sure that his plan was going to, was going to work. That's who Freezy is. He wants to
bro.
make
I'm
sure
like
that
that.
we
I'm like
poke
the
this
boss from
bear.
Car Wash.
That's why he's bringing up the Kevin Knox stuff.
I
That's
think
That's
the
what he's
Kevin
doing.
Knox thing, the Kevin Knox thing deserves a deep dive. The Kevin Knox conversation deserves a deep dive because he's in the 4th year. The Knicks have to pick up his 5th-year option by October 31st.
Yeah.
Right? So he's got something to prove. And as a Knicks fan, if he proves it, it's worth discussing because now you have not only do you have a player that you feel like can be a piece going forward,
right?
But he can help you contribute this year, right? An unexpected contributor.
But see, here's the problem. Here's the problem. I think, my opinion, I think he is going to have problems. You brought in talent that they expect that will be on the floor. Where's his minutes going to come in?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for him. But again, what I was saying about him and the other guys, they were malpracticed. They were malpracticed for years. They were malpracticed between the management and between the coaching people that we had around.
Nah, bro.
Yes, bro. That's real.
No.
That's real.
Frank
that is real.
Was trash.
No, he was not trash. He was not trash, and you know it. See, there you go.
G.I. Was Frank not trash? Let's move on. Hey, we can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, I mean, I as much as I think LP was the whipping boy last year. It would be crazy for me to try to defend anything with him. LP was more effective for the New York Knicks than Frank Ntilikina. That's factual.
Right.
So if I'm putting my tail between my legs and walking, I need you to stand right next to me.
Yeah,
and Chuck with the DSJ take as well. The three of us need to go. And I'm a sacrificial lamb because y'all ain't never heard me talk about LP preseason. I just jumped on that bandwagon, get that man through the season and out the doors. You know what I mean? I was the one to protect him. My job was as Ron Cleveland would say. As Ron Cleveland was saying, and I bless my man, Lord Ron Cleveland, with the blood of Jesus. Every day I wake up and pray. But as my man, Ron Cleveland would say, I had one job with LP, get him to the plane. I don't know how to whistle like him, but I'm just going to do the signs.
Right.
Thank you. Hold on. There you go. Hold on. Go ahead now.
Them.
Find the friendly skies.
Yeah, I got a little turbulence.
Yeah, man. Hey, G.I. quiz. I was at Subway getting my extra healthy breakfast. That was not so healthy, but I digress. And guy come in and he had a bow tie on, right? And every time I see young men with bow ties on, I'm like, hey man, did you tie that? He's like, hey, old man, order your sandwich. And I was like, I know what I'm doing. I ordered sandwiches before.
It's bugged out. I could tie a regular tie, but I cannot tie a bow tie to save my life.
What?
I can't.
You don't know how to tie your shoes?
You see, G.I., where in the world did we get shoes from a bow tie?
I don't know.
How easy is it to tie a bow tie?
Very hard.
Thank you.
Oh, very hard. I bet you can do it with one hand.
Well, here's the thing. I have over 15 years of experience wearing them every day. Now it's like riding a bike for me. But when my new cats first start, you got to see them. They knots be. Because the hard part is you can get it in, and then you just don't want to touch it because it ain't falling apart. But to know how that.
But you
to
gotta
know which to tug. Oh, you gotta pull.
Yeah.
But you gotta know what to tug. So you gotta hold to do this. It's a lot to it.
So not only am I good at tying regular bow ties, Kev, I can take a regular necktie and tie it into a bow tie.
I can too.
Oh, Okay.
It's huge, though.
Right. It's huge now. It's huge. It's
Okay.
huge now.
Okay.
It's huge. But what I do is I fold crispy as I go. I fold it crispy as I go, and then that way it stays in place. And then when I put the knot in, by the time I do the knot, when I get the knot ready, bro, it puff out like a flower, bro.
Yeah, you got to be specific with the knot. It's about hot knots.
Yeah,
that's the knot.
Yeah, and so an old timer, because I used to have, because my knot used to be wide, and he was like, no, don't do it like that. So he showed me a pinch trick. Like if you pinch it while you going, then when you, bro, don't get me so. That's why I asked you if you know how to tie a shoe. Cause, you know what I'm saying?
So now I see what he means.
Yeah.
There is some concepts where you pinch it and Freezy comes through. Freezy comes through in the club.
Yeah, rarely. 1 second, guys. 1 second.
The question though, but if I sent you back there to get some bow tie, you know I have 70. If I sent you to get some bow tie,
I probably have about.
Oh, you got
I probably have about 25. So I don't have, and so you gotta pardon me because I'm a big guy and I can't get the regular bow tie off the shelf.
Right.
You
got all yours custom.
Yeah. So you gotta pardon me on that. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm just curious why you waited so long. You've been saying me in these damn bow ties for over a year. I'm just wondering why you waited.
Because I got a surprise just for when the season starts. So I help contribute to. I don't contribute much to this show called Nick Freestyle, but when it comes time for us to get creasy, I'm just saying.
Uncle Freezy coming out. He's been getting his game day wardrobe up. He got a little funded. He must.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what. So Kevin, for people that don't know my background, right? So I have about 30 years of customer service experience, which includes customers facing jobs like. So at one point I was a licensed insurance guy in the state of South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Where I sold insurance door to door, like when I used to, do appointments across the table. Now, Kev, I know you don't understand what I'm talking about, right? But I used to sell like insurance, like going and visit families and sell, across the table. And so if you for the moment when you like a 6 foot something guy, you know what I'm saying, people aren't always the most welcoming. So
GI, see, this is where I'm going to catch him right here. I'm going to catch him right here, GI. He is not 6 foot whatever. He is 5'3", like Muggsy Bogues.
Nah, Muggsy Bogues can put his elbow on top of my head, bro. Muggsy Bogues is 5'3", so that makes me about 4'11". Okay. I mean, since we going there, I may as well tell the truth, right? but yeah. So I have all these clothes, and what happened is when I got out of customer service, I was like, "Yo, I'm not wearing another dress shirt for the rest of my life." Of course, that was a lie, but you know how it is. I was like, when I change this thing, I'm not gonna. But anyway. What I want to say though is the Kevin Knox thing. I think is a John Calipari said it's going to take 4 years for you to get the very best out of Kevin Knox. Right? When he said it, I didn't think that it was going to take that long, but guess what? I think he may have been right, even though I don't trust Calipari. I do believe Calipari was right. Right? I believe Calipari was right about Kevin Knox. Like, he's not going to be ready right now. He'll be ready down the road. And now that we're down the road, I think it's time for us to. Hey, your frat brothers in the chat too, by the way. Woodshed 1914 was good.
Oh, you talking about that kitty fraternity? I'm just fucking. That's sack. Oh, here you go. My brother GI. Bro. Yes, sir. Yes.
Wow, Kev.
You talk about poking the bear. That's poking the polar bear. He's like, what?
Yeah,
No, he didn't.
yeah, man.
No, much
Yeah, man.
respect. Much respect. Much respect.
The one thing I will do, man, for frats, for brothers, that when it come time to let them get they shine, or not even let them get they shine, but to shine, you know what I'm saying, to shed a spotlight for those brothers, man, we have to allow that thing, because brothers put in so much work in developing children, basically.
Yes, they do.
Because cats show up at age 17, 18, 19 and think they know everything. And what they don't realize is they don't know nothing.
Right. They don't.
And frat life helps them go from being like the dude that won't put the twist tie back on a loaf of bread after they make the sandwich. It takes them from the guy that drives up all their mama and daddy gas, you know what I'm saying, and not put any gas back in the car, to respectable young man across every spectrum and walk of life known to man. You know what I'm saying? Helps take boys and turn them into men. Right? So yeah, and Woodshed is like, I plead the fifth on Knox. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, Woodshed. I thought you was with me, bro. Wood, what's good? Woodshed said he pleaded the fifth on Kevin Knox. I cannot believe this.
But see, again, I'm going to say this. It was malpractice with the coaching staff.
Frank
it really
trash,
was.
Bro. Frank was
we're not talking about Frank. Why are we talking about Frank? We're talking about Kevin Knox. We're talking about Kevin Knox. What happened with Kevin Knox? He had an okay rookie season. He had an okay rookie season.
Did Frank ever have a rookie season?
I'm not talking about him. We're not talking about him. G.I.
Go ahead.
You see what I'm saying? I'm on Kevin Knox, and he keeps poking his bear.
That's unfair. That's unfair.
Exactly. We're talking about Kevin Knox. So again, I'm going to try and get out what I've been trying to get out. He had an okay rookie season. What does management do? They bring in Julius Randle. Who's Crazy Eyes?
Bobby
Portis. And then they bring in the Morris brother. So right there, there's like three power forwards ahead of him.
And they brought in Reggie Bullock.
Is that Anthony D?
No, that's Soulfinger.
Oh, what's up, Soulfinger?
What's happening, Soulfinger? How you feeling, bro?
That's a dope avatar.
What's cracking, fellas? What's cracking?
Hey, you the man. I can't call it, man. It's been a while, man.
I'll be back.
Where you was at Saturday, man?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, man, look, Saturday. Oh, you know what? I was running around, man. I'm getting a lot of stuff done to the house.
Okay.
So we got this big remodeling thing going. The whole house was tore up, and we were running around, man. And more than likely, after I finished, I laid on the floor, man, with my back hurting, looking like an old man and everything.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Soulfinger, where do you live? What state do you live in?
I'm in Cali, out here in San Diego.
Okay. So you weren't hit, but yeah, of course you weren't hit by the storms or anything. Because when you said that, something happened.
Yeah, I'm originally from Louisiana, but my folk, my folk are from Freeport, so we good.
Okay, cool.
You know,
cool.
I got partners out here though. You know, I had to check up on them, and I got one
military.
Family got hit hard.
You military?
Retired there, Freeze. Retired.
Good.
Yeah,
good. Man. I knew. I heard military in your voice.
Yeah, this is the man right here. This is the man right here.
Yeah, I've been retired 9 years.
What?
God bless you. God bless you.
What?
Yeah,
hey, congrats, bro. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
Congrats. Cause now you doing like what G-Man for Life and myself are doing.
Chilling.
The mailbox trot.
Yeah, yes,
right?
sir.
the mailbox trot, and really selective at everything. Like
Yeah,
I can't, like right now in this phase of my life, a cat ain't gonna push me into doing nothing.
No,
I
no.
already did my time.
Real quick,
You know what I do?
before I forget, I just want to thank you two and also G-Man for your service, man. We really appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. And I'm gonna say this here for those in the Knicks Nation that's doing the same thing. With me being, being retired, and you get your disability on top of that.
Yep.
I always like to walk up to the little young Thundercats still in uniform. I was like, hey man, when we get our pay raise? They look at me like, what?
Thank you. Thank you for your service.
I said, thank you for your service, but when we get our pay raise, man?
Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I knew it, man. I love it. I love one thing about the two things that I love, man, is being around ex-military, whether you retired or not, ex-military. I love being around ex-military and frats. So I'm in the oldest fraternity, right? The oldest fraternity. I ain't gonna go there with all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because this ain't, not necessarily a place, but I meet up with dudes that are both like G-Man, bro. Me and G-Man for life, bro. When the live stream stopped, me and G-Man talked for like 3 more hours. Yeah. No lie. We just I'd be like, G-Man, don't you gotta go to work? And he'd be like, oh man, why you do that to me? You know what I'm saying?
But it's one of them things, man, because I was just talking to my homeboy out here. He's also he has a YouTube channel as well, and he's it's called The Meat Stall, but he does barbecue. He goes around like, but man, he's mean on that grill. It's called The Meat Stall. We were talking about how we used to play bones on the ship.
Yeah.
And before you know it, I mean, it'd be days we play bones and Reveille's going off. We like, oh man, we stayed up all night playing bones.
Yeah. And now I gotta stand in formation.
Yeah, and then like I said, I did my time. Like I said, I was Navy. I was a corpsman, so I did my time with the Marines and also did time out there with the Army. I was at Fort Jackson, so I know about that sweat box out there, man.
Yes. And listen, I've done time. I've done time, but I've been to a lot of places, right? And some of the stuff that we've been through, man, I don't really care to talk about it no more. You know what I'm saying? Because some of that stuff, man, it kind of take you a long time to get over. I talked to Ron Cleveland about that one night about you go to certain places and you do certain stuff. Yeah. And you see certain things. And as soon as like when it's happening, right then you'll never forget that moment.
Yeah.
Like you see things that you wish you can unsee.
Yeah.
And things happen to you. You one day you standing in line getting chow with a guy, and the next thing you know, he not coming back home with you. You like, ugh.
Yeah,
when you think about that, I think about stuff like that now. But and so sometimes like when we talk, I kind of shy away from it a little bit because I'm trying to compartmentalize stuff and be a happy civilian.
Yeah, I'm, as you say, you used to hear it. I'm one of them dirty, nasty, stinking civilians. That's me right there, man. I did my time. I'm just a regular cat. That's all it is. I don't want people to address me about whatever I was, man.
Don't get it twisted about Freeze, man. He tried to put on this persona. He was a Navy SEAL. This is Steven Seagal right here. Steven Seagal right here. He's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, well, everybody's not a Navy SEAL, bro. You just can't walk into that.
You are a Navy SEAL. You are a Navy SEAL.
What's funny is everybody love to say, this is the thing real quick, and we go back to it. But I'll say what my man Sherman M put in, West Coast Sailor, the easy life. Cats are always on the East Coast. It's all that the East Coast harder than the West. The West is Hollywood, whatever.
Yeah.
Thing is I wasn't a regular sailor. I was a green side. So, I did my time with the Marines. I didn't get on my first ship till I was like 8 years in.
Wow.
And I went through culture shock, man. I didn't want to be on the ship, man.
Right.
I've been with the Marines, so I had that mentality. First, I'm gonna tell you like this. My first situation on the ship, I jumped over the serving line and choked out the kid on the serving line, man. Nobody got mashed potatoes that day, man.
bro. Okay. I know where you're coming from. How about I just put it like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, man.
I did that, and so I was more green. So it's us green side cats. We kind of roll a different way, You know, it's a different animal being on ship. But I mean, you know, hey, we all it's all in fun, though. East Coast sailor versus West Coast, each branch and all like that. Right. But bottom line, man, hey, we all serve. For those that, you know, a shout out to the ones that gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Amen.
Always be there and thank you.
Amen.
But for the brothers and sisters out there in Knicks Nation that did serve, man, appreciate everything. We all home, we all here. And the one thing we can all say, we all in the same game, same team when it comes to this blue and orange, man. That's all it is.
Oh,
that's all it is.
So what's your take on Kevin Knox? What do you say?
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you, and Cornerstone, you know, I always call you Foundation. You know, I always did call him Foundation over there with Run. And you heard me, I said some old throw it off stuff at times. And you know, Knox, like I said, the cat never really got a chance, man. It was like I said, front office malpractice. Fizdale, set him up for failure, man.
Yes.
Because you remember, he let the kid come in there and he was balling, doing all this, and we thought we were on to something, man.
Right.
Now, I did listen to Patino, and he said that he need to develop and things.
You mean John Calipari?
Yeah, Calipari. My bad. We were just talking about Rick. But John Calipari said he needs time to develop and everything. But I was rolling with it. I'm gonna support my team. I'm rolling with it. But then you saw things as like, he don't have that. He don't have that it thing that needs to be in the blue and orange. However, excuse me, we know cats that was easy going, slow moving or whatever, but then turned into a killer on the court.
Right.
Again, like I said, the cat was like, it's like listening to Kenny G eating wine and cheese sitting in the elevator, man.
Yes. In a library.
Yes. You know, so he never got it. And then when we played in that second summer league and Zion snatched the ball out of his hand and everything and flexed on him, he was done, man.
Yeah.
Because then Fizdale and all the others were playing, they were coaching for their life.
Yeah.
So he got pushed. He wasn't even back of the bus, man. He couldn't even get to the bus stop, man. Let's call it like it is.
Right. No doubt.
So he needs confidence. It's going to be a process. And I think that under Tibbs last year it was more of a red shirt because you got to deprogram them, man. You know, you got to break that system down, clean out all the bad stuff, and then put it back in. So now, if he doesn't get it together now, he needs a new relocation, man. They need to hit him up with he need to get to Erykah Badu and get a window seat, man.
But you know what though? The thing with Knox that impresses me the most is that through all of this, you never heard him complain about stuff.
Yeah. And that's the main thing. I've seen him have a little bit of an attitude when they asked him some questions. You saw it got to him a little bit, you know, and they were talking about, it was last season when they're talking about the rookies and everything and all that. But the thing is Knox needs work because he never got the front office we have now and the training staff. It's legit, man. It's 100 because they put that team together strategically. You got Johnny Bryant. I mean, he got his mentor from his, right there with him.
Right.
He's right there. And then, he had Woody there. Woody was, I don't know what it is about Woody at the time we did have him. He's good with cats like Knox to bring it out. I think under Tibbs, he'll be all right. But this, like I said, he's going to have to go in here and fight to get them splinters out his behind, Freeze. Right. Seriously.
Right. And but you know what, though? And so I told this to Hoodie Kev at the end of January because Hoodie Kev used to co-host the Knicks at Night podcast, and we would have a topic, right? Say we were like, oh, the Knicks beat the Pacers and blah, blah, blah. And you can tell that Hoodie Kev was itching to get to a certain topic.
Yeah.
Right? So about 18 minutes in, I'd take a misstep and I'd be like, and that Reggie Bullock missed a three, and he would go right into Kevin Knox. Oh, Kevin Knox would have made that three. Kevin Knox is the greatest.
But see, go ahead, Freeze, because you just.
And so what I was saying to Kevin Knox, I mean not to Kevin Knox, but to Hoodie Kev back in late January, I'm like, hey, Hoodie Kev, calm down. What's happening right now is that Thibodeau is redshirting Kevin Knox.
Yeah.
He's putting the red. For those that don't know what red shirt is back in the day, college football teams, they legit had a red shirt. This is like back in the 50s and 60s. Nowadays, you don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but basically what they used to do is he on the team, but he ain't playing this year. Basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what it is I likened it to Knox going to basic training. He went in as a civilian and he's going to come out a soldier, right?
Exactly.
And so the unfortunate part though is, you know, for a lot of us that became soldiers, there wasn't really a place where we can go in as a soldier and come out a civilian. It was just time to go home.
Yeah, you hey, get your hat, your coat, and leave.
You're right. But I didn't understand that when it was time to ETS. But anyway, Kevin Knox is basically redshirted. I think Tibbs put the bubble wrap on Knox after game 25. It was like, yo, we can't win with this kid right now. What we'll do is we're gonna redshirt him and we're gonna bring him back next year. We're gonna give him clear and specific instructions for him to follow. Right. And if you don't follow these certain type things, then he can't be here. But if you want to be here, you got to become this type of player, Kevin Knox. And go ahead, man.
Oh no, I'm just saying because it goes. You know, you punched a couple buttons in my head to make this real quick. Let me get this so you can get back. I want to lose your train of thought. He didn't have anybody that you know, you coming from college, you don't know how to be a professional. You didn't have anybody to teach you how to become a professional. Just like you go into the boot camp to learn how to be a soldier.
Right.
You know, and he didn't have that. And now you sitting back. And then too, you know, you came in as a young soldier, you came in as a young soldier. You had somebody that would, you know, you get them old head cats that pull you to the side, like let me talk to you, young fella, come here. And they put you on the wing. He didn't have that. So I just want to get out of the way. I don't want to sneak because you on the roll. You on fire right now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so, but you know what? And I had to use the basic training analogy because basic training is the ultimate structure, right? The ultimate structure put in place for whichever you basic training, boot camp, whatever it is that you went through to become a soldier, right? You basically went into the ultimate structure of the ultimate structured organization. Military life is the ultimate structured organization. Okay, after you get to a certain point, you get more and more freedom, right? You know, more, but not until you like when you first get in. Nah, it ain't. You don't got carte blanche. You got people supervising you 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day, right?
Yep.
And so that's for like the first few months, you know, to make sure you don't do nothing crazy to yourself or others, right? And that's what Kevin Knox is going through right now, boot camp with Tibbs. And Obi went through it too. People, when you used to watch the Knicks game, when we watched the Knicks game this past season, Tibbs said Obi Toppin's name more than he said anything to any player.
See, it was funny because, you know, you saying that I go, like I said, you were Army. So it was like you having that staff sergeant, that sergeant on you all the time.
Right.
PFCA, can't get right. Come here. Let me, you know, always on. Can't get right. For us, you know, Navy, we had pit out. So you had your LPO or that second class that was up on you, you know, all the time about something. So I get it. My thing is I'm not gonna be, you know, I'm a supporter of him while he's on the team. However, you got to show me something, man. You got to show me something because I get it. Front office malpractice and all like that. But then it comes to a point in time where the rubber got to meet the road, man. Man got to get up. You know, you've been down. You got to get yourself up, dust yourself off, and make it happen. Yeah. If Kevin Knox, you know, you've been in New York long enough to know that the city don't like anybody soft as cottonelle tissue, man.
Right.
You can't come in here soft as baby poo. I can't say what I want. I'm not gonna say the word, so I'm gonna put on my brain mouth filter. You know, You can't come in as soft as baby poo, man. You got to come in with that dog, and that's what I like about our youngsters that we got, man. You got Deuce, you got Grimes. Those cats got that dog in them when they go in and play a defense. They go and attack. Right. You can't be passive. You can be on the interview. You can be passive all you want, but on the court, we need a headhunter, man. Right. He needs to go in and go handle this, and he needs to bring that motor. He can look nonchalant on the face, keep the stone face, but man, let your action, your body language go, and that's something that's big with him. And the thing is, he doesn't know how to. So, this is his chance. And there's a lot of the things, so I'm thinking that not to bring up Frank or nothing, no poking at Kev or whatever else. Frank didn't take advantage of those opportunities, man. He played defense, but he needed to bring more. Opportunity for him was offensively. Right. And Frank wasn't hitting the elephant in the backside with an elephant, man. He'd go out there and shoot up 15 threes and come up with one. And his mid-range, his mid-range was like kung fu theater, Kung Fu, man. It just wasn't happening.
And then to your point, and that was on a team that was starving for offense.
Exactly.
So Kev is backstage like, I'm Rick James. There you
go. Sorry about that, guys. What we talking about?
Just a few things. So we had a few things we were talking about. For one, Kevin Knox was redshirted. Frank Ntilikina was trash. Kevin Knox.
And that's the problem that I have. That's the problem.
Bro, come on, man. You got to come on, man. Come on.
Soulfinger, if you tune to my show, now I'm just hitting our show, the Pod Couple tonight, I'm going to put the whole Frank thing to rest in the first 15 minutes. That's all I need is just 15, and then we're done with it. Because my focus now is on Deuce McBride and all these other guys that are coming in.
Well, you know what? Cornerstone, I know it because I know, I like Frank's defense. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did like the fact the kid could get out there. He was known for that. But his shortcoming was the offense, and he was just too reluctant. But then when he go back home, he's feeble Frank. He's out there doing it. Hey, he dropping, he hit the mug, got cats sliding all over the floor like they're stepping on escargot and all that other stuff. Man.
But but let me ask you this. What you just said, why is it that our coaches from from Hornacek to Fizdale to Miller and now Tibbs, I mean, let's be real. Tibbs didn't give him a shot at all this year. He said, you know what? I'm just going to go with these guys, and that's pretty much it. He'll come in situational. And when was situational? When somebody was injured. Once that person came back, he was back to the bench pretty much. So my question is, in my opinion, I don't feel as though that he got a fair shake with a lot of these coaches here. And now maybe that's I won't say an indictment, but because he hasn't been hired by anybody else in the NBA, maybe it was him, but he really didn't have a chance to really rock the way he wanted to because he was so passive trying to get everybody else involved, which is what you want your point guard to do. But, it just didn't happen for him.
Bro, he trash. Let's just move on.
I'm not listening to you. I'm listening to Soul Thing. I'm not listening.
I'm gonna say it like this, and I'm gonna get in because I don't want to be all long-winded because I get all, I go to the left. Like I said, I gotta throw it off way of thinking. So me saying that is this. Frank came in, he was young. He was too young to make that jump to the NBA for one. Yeah. Two, it was the Phil Jackson effect. Nobody wanted to deal because he was Phil's guy. Nobody wanted him but Phil. And then Phil was trying to run straight up triangle. Right. Other coaches came in because Fizdale didn't know what to do with him because he came in. Because you remember, he said we had him, but then we brought in Emmanuel Mudiay. And then he got pushed to the back. Again, Fizdale didn't know what he was doing because he was changing lineups like people change draws.
Exactly.
So then was it before Fizdale? Hornacek had him. He didn't know what to do because he didn't even know the triangle. Right. And then Fizdale came in, didn't do anything. And then Mike Miller was trying to coach for his job. So now he's done. But he was done. And nobody, like I said, nobody wanted Frank because it was Phil Jackson. Yeah. And then all this time, now why you there in the offseason, man? And your short, your deficiency is your offense,
right,
and everything else. You know, offensively, you're too hesitant. It didn't get any better. Towards the end, before the COVID hit, he had games where he was starting to hit some shots. You know, we got all excited that Frank hit a couple of threes. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Steph Curry and he shoot the ball. Oh Lord. He's dead-eyed Dan.
yeah.
But then after that, he going back to that elephant and the ironing board situation, man. Can't hit the backside.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't have a real place. It just wasn't for him. It was not a good situation. He needed to be in a place like Utah where they don't have to worry about that and bring him in. And he was drafted too high.
Right.
You know, we messed up with, like I said, the front office we had messed up on that draft because Frank, it should have never been Frank. Not at that pick.
It shouldn't have. And so where the front office messed up at, and in my opinion, and this is 3 years in a row, right? 3 years in a row. And in that Frank draft, if you couldn't get the guy you want at 8, then trade assets and move up.
Yeah. Well, see, but and I totally agree with you with that.
Because we could
look at the management that we had. But look at the management that we had. That was totally management's fault.
No, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is we could have had De'Aaron Fox right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't want to give up what it takes to get De'Aaron Fox. I don't want to trade future first. Now, would you have missed out on RJ? Probably, for 2 reasons. Because the draft pick would have been gone, and ultimately De'Aaron Fox would have made you so much better that you would have been picking 3rd anyway. Right.
True.
And so here's the other thing. In the Luka draft and the Kevin Knox draft,
yeah,
Frank Ntilikina and Kristaps Porzingis went to the front office and told the front office, "Hey, listen, I know y'all got your eyes on somebody, but this kid Luka is worth whatever it is that we give up to get him." Right? First, it was Porzingis. It was in the paper. Sources say Kristaps Porzingis pounds the table with the front office for them to get this guy, Luka Doncic. And at the time, we were looking at grainy videos from people's phone, and Luka looked all out of shape. He looked like he had talent, but he looked like he never even seen a weight room, right? Luka Doncic on them grainy videos looked like he never even walked by a weight room, right? And so people like, I don't know. Do we want to get a fat kid to come here and get booed? You know what I'm saying? We just drafted a Euro last year. Then Frank going, hey, listen, I played against this guy. I'm telling you, this guy's the real deal. They like, nah, we straight. We straight. We ain't going to take no chances. We're going to make the safe play. And we played it safe, and it backfired with Kevin Knox.
Scared money don't make money. In the words of Quiet Money. Shout out to my man Quiet Money.
Quiet Money. Salute. And the thing is this. So we got fortunate with Porzingis, right? Not as fortunate with Frank. Right?
I would agree with that. But the thing about it is do we really want to throw Donovan Mitchell in there? Because did we really know who Donovan Mitchell was?
I didn't say Donovan Mitchell.
No, but I'm just saying in general, that's the consensus that everybody's saying. We should have made that pick.
Well,
nobody knew that.
Nobody knew, but the thing is, you got to look at what we had. We didn't have a good scouting department.
Well,
I mean, we talking about the front office. That front office compared to what we had then to what we have now compared then, we shout out the box, man. You know, I think them cats were sitting up there, man. They had walleye vision because they couldn't get it right, man.
Right.
I think they were playing pin the tail on the draft pick, spinning around and stick the tack in. Oh, this is what we're gonna draft because they missed out on. I mean, come on, man. I'm not. You know, a lot of these cats miss more. They know more they forgot more basketball than I will ever know. But come on, man.
Yeah.
So, Fingers, when's the last time you saw the New York Knicks trade up in the draft, trade up in the lottery? When's the last time you seen the Knicks trade up in the lottery?
Ooh, I can't remember I can't remember the last time if they ever did. Wait, I can't remember the last time they ever did.
Kev, when's the last time you saw the Knicks trade up in the lottery?
I have never seen them do it. Since being a fan back in '93, I've never seen them do it.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't ever remember them doing it.
Right. And so what I'm telling you is your players said, hey, trade up for Luka, he's worth it. And they didn't. Right. And we could have traded up for. At the time, people were like, trade up for Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba was trash. They were like, trade up for De'Aaron Fox. I was like, okay, I can see trade up. And some people were saying, trade up for Jason Tatum. Trade up to 3 with Boston. Bro, if you hey, L Train, what's good? And so what I'm getting at is our front office is the only front office that don't take the exceptional risk, but always flops on a safe pick. Like for instance, I think the fact that they didn't take Kai Jones, it bothers me to my soul. Right?
Is that this draft or?
Yeah. Kai Jones has the potential to be Kevin Garnett. And instead of taking a dude that's got the potential of Kevin Garnett, you trade back for a guy that you can get from any Costco USA.
But if in fairness, we have not seen what these guys can do yet. All right, so I'm not going to crucify them yet. The reason why I say that is because so far they've been hitting on what they've been trying to do.
Like Obi Toppin. So Obi Toppin is a hit.
Yes, he is, and you're going to see that come this year. You're going to
wait. So Kev, you just said though that you can't judge them on things that we haven't seen, right?
Okay.
Right. When you mentioned Kai Jones, so you can't say, or you can say, but what I'm saying is it's
bottom line,
you have
to trust their judgment. You have to trust their judgment.
Okay, so since you frame it that way, I can get it. I can dig it. But Kai Jones offered Kevin Garnett type ability, right? 6'11" guy, jump out the gym, run real fast, best athlete on the floor. His jumper looks to be ready or coming along, bro. Man, listen, and to trade back to get a 6'5" shooting guard.
So Freeze, you're going to crucify them for them going back? You're going to crucify them for that,
bro? But listen, Kev, listen to my point though.
Okay.
So they traded back to get Quentin Grimes, and then they got the same guy, MJ Walker, out of Florida State, undrafted. You remember MJ Walker, right?
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, he looked pretty good in summer league. I'm not going to lie about that.
Right.
But honestly, Soulfinger, I think the rookies that we got look pretty good in look pretty good in summer league as well.
No, I agree with
you. When have we been able to say that about our rookies?
We never have.
But MJ Walker is our guy, Kev. MJ Walker is our guy.
See, you know what?
He's on our team. He's not on our team now, is he?
Yes.
Yes. We got him. We signed him as he was unsigned. We brought him in. I mean, he did pretty good. And he got the same size and stats. He just doesn't shoot like Grimes,
right?
In a sense.
Okay.
So it's almost the same player. I see what you're saying.
All right. So it's Freeze. Explain your thing one more time to me. Just one more time.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna just do it top to bottom. Okay. So for one, 6'5" wing defenders that can shoot are a dime a dozen, probably a nickel a dozen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 6'5" guys that can shoot off that can shoot off the wing and defend come along so often. I don't think you need to draft them unless they're elite, unless they're Kobe Bryant.
Okay,
type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to pass on a guy with so much upside as a big so Kai Jones, Kev. So Kai Jones ran track for the Bahamas. He ran track, bro. Think about what I'm telling. A 6'11" man ran track for the Bahamas Olympic team.
Okay.
That don't come along often. That's freak of nature.
You know what, hey Freezy? I want to say DSJ Delano just put out two good points in the chat. You know, he was saying
That's my
about
man. He's always
when it came to Knox, and it's true. And then the second one, you know, after 2008, I was with Delano. Like, hey, we need to put Steve Mills on that first thing steaming. This is in the words of Ron Cleveland.
Yeah, I miss Ron.
This is your captain speaking.
Yeah, you got to go.
But actually, I was ready to put him on that Greyhound, man. With some, you know, I was put him on the Greyhound. He
called him a Greyhound.
I ain't even put him on a Greyhound, bro. I'm gonna save me some money and put him on the Trailways.
hey, but you could put him on New Jersey Transit.
Hey. Now Cornerstone heard me say this on Ron's show. See, I had, you know, I was telling about I gotta, you know, go old school. You know, I used to ride, you know, you little kid and you had your bike. Yeah. And you got to get somebody you to ride on the handlebars or sit back on them pegs. Yeah. Like that, give him a ride like that. Hey, look, man, I'd have broke out the Huffy and rode him out. The Huffy of that mongoose and rode him up out of town, man.
Yeah, man.
He said Huffy. Oh my God, Huffy.
Yeah, man. And so the thing about Grimes is I don't hate Grimes, the player or the person. I just dislike that pick because you, in theory, got the same guy, the same type guy in MJ Walker, and you basically got him for free.
Yeah, I didn't look at it like that. Like, so I learned something new right now. Open mind. That's one thing I love about this here, because you learn something new. And I didn't take the time to look at it. I did like Walker's game in Summer League, and along with what DSJ had said before, we're looking at the talent they play. Now I'm a Deuce. You know, I'm a Deuce McBride.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
You got the Frank High.
Yes, indeed.
I'm D blocked up with Deuce. I call it. I just say I'm D blocked up with Deuce. I like the kid. He got that chip on his. He got that grit. He got a chip on his shoulder. Because you know where it goes. I know for a fact. We know for a fact. Originally, who we wanted the Indiana. You know, they jumped up and snatched the kid. We were trying to move up to get Duarte. Yeah. It was not a secret. We wanted Duarte. Indiana, and it didn't really make sense why they draft Duarte because he really doesn't fit in with that team.
Right.
And I just, you know, with me, you know, like I said, I got to throw it off way of thinking, and maybe it's the Scorpio in me. You know, I just think they just did it just to do us in to spite us, cut their nose off, spite our face.
Right.
You know, so we did what I really think the front office had a plan A, plan double A, all the way back. So that's why they make the moves they made. I like the rookies we got. I really do. This is the first, and like I said, this is the first time as a Knicks fan that I can rightfully say that we're in a position we've never been in before. Exactly. We got 99 problems, but rookies ain't one, draft picks ain't one, money ain't one, front office ain't one,
point guard ain't one.
Problems. Yeah, only problem I see us having, and well, not even, or is going to be the Kevin Knox effect, and it's on Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox is going to have to show improve, man. I mean, seriously, you gonna have to get up. You know, he gonna have to either get up or get out.
I'll be right back, y'all. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Right. Soulfinger, real quick. You talk about Deuce McBride. So I was down in Orlando during the whole Summer League thing, so I really didn't get a chance to see any of the games. But looking at those highlights, oh my God, this guy Deuce McBride, he is the freaking real deal. And I understand that it's only Summer League, but if we're going to get a taste, if this is a taste of what we're going to get, I think we're going to be, you know, set up for a long while. And I will be at that game, that first game against the Celtics. Out of all the matchups I'm looking for is against him and Smart. That's the matchup that I'm looking at, because they both have to have those they mirror. I think they're gonna mirror each other.
Yeah, you know, Deuce is going to put a lot of unexpected pressure on IQ, which is good, because if you think about it, IQ was in a sweet spot pretty much. He didn't have anybody to really push him. Obi was the one that had the issue. You know, all eyes were on Obi. He was the number one draft pick. Originally, he was supposed to be the one to take over for Julius. We didn't expect Julius to do what he did. Yep. So, and Obi was the one catching. You kept hearing how, you know, we saw how Tibbs was on Obi. He was he was on him like a cheap suit on him, stayed on him, which is good. Right. But IQ came in. He could do those. You know, he was taking all that bad. He took bad shots, but as all comes with maturity and basketball IQ, and as he grows, no IQ, no pun intended. But now you got a guy like Deuce that comes in and defends, man.
And defends.
You got Deuce that can attack the rack.
Hey,
got
man.
a mid range.
Yeah, Tibbs is gonna have no choice. Someone's gonna be crying. Someone's gonna be crying, and it's business.
Well, it goes to like Ron. You know, I'm gonna bring up a lot of Ron today. I see that, but Ron said himself that he's got always that. You know, the coach had that one player. He was like, man, I couldn't sit him on the bench. I had to get this guy in. He forced. I think that's going to be Deuce. Out of the rookies. I mean, we're good, man. I love the rookies that we drafted. And I like this kid. Walker. I watched him in summer league. I do like I like how he was getting down.
Yeah. See, when they were mentioning this, I had no idea who the guy is. Now I have to re-watch those summer league games, and then also watch what he did in college, because I didn't have him on my radar.
Yeah, he started playing more in the last 2.5 games. He got in towards the end of that third game, and the last 2 games he got on the court, and he made his presence felt, man, because he plays hard defense. Hey, shout out, salute, worldwide L.
What is happening, my brother? How you feeling, bro?
What's up, brother? What's up? Yo, shout out Soulfinger, my brother, Uncle Freeze.
What's good, boss?
Cav, Cornerstone. Y'all don't know how y'all doing. I'm tired right now. I don't know how y'all do. How y'all be having energy to do this, man?
Hey, we'll see.
I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it. Y'all superheroes in my eyes. Man, I'm tired from my show last night, and I'm at work.
How'd it go? How'd the show go?
It went good. We still accepting picks. If you got a pick, text me. If you got some picks, just text it to me, and I'll put it in for you.
Okay.
So we accepted picks all the way until right before the game starts tonight.
Okay.
So it's a $75 gift card, or if you got cash out, we'll send you $75 this week. You know what I mean?
DSJ, my man. How you doing,
man,
bro?
the original Delano Steele Jr.
Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the bros. What's going
So,
on?
Kev, you got my number. If you want to be in the football pick, the football, you text me your picks, and then I'll put it in before the start of tonight's game, and we go from there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's free. It's free. You know, we giving out the cash and prizes.
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what else is going on?
I hear you talking about my man McBride. That's my guy right there.
Yeah.
Told you. I'm D block strong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so how do we get over Frank so fast and move on to McBride? No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not poking the bear. The bear is the bear needs to start smoking some Newports, because the bear is mighty since the bear.
No, you need to put the Newports down and go old school. Get him some Cools or some Benson and Hedges.
Some Benson and Hedges. Yeah, the bear.
My grandmother, God rest her soul, she smoked Saratogas. Remember those? Saratogas.
You know what I think it is with Frank too, Freeze, is that when we look at McBride, he's everything that we wanted Frank to be. Right. So we see him as that player, a player that can play defense, a player that can play offense. He does. He attacks. And I think that's why we got him
we got him in the second round, and we didn't pick him at 8.
And we got him in the second round. So he's everything we wanted Frank to be.
Right.
Super facts. Yeah, we got a guy, first off, that we were able to see the proof, as opposed to what Frank. You know, Frank was an anomaly. He was a mystery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's a foreign player. So the only ones that really knew about him were the scouts. The casual fans didn't have any film on him. They didn't know where to go to look for him. Right. So, you know, drafting Frank was like a head scratcher because you really didn't know anything about him. Right? With McBride, it's different because, okay, we have the tape. We've seen him at West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? And again, just like you said, El, the fact of the matter is we didn't go high for him. You know what I'm saying? Those draft picks, when we talk lottery, that's supposed to be the culmination of a changing in regards to more success going forward. We're getting a player that we feel will help us to, change the culture. With McBride, being, what I'm saying, in the second round, how many guys have you seen really go from second round to, even potential superstar? You know what I mean? Maybe Gilbert Arenas.
Right.
Nikola Jokic. Like, how many other guys do you remember being drafted in the second round that took that next step in such, high succession? So to get somebody that even right now can look like a starter, you know what I'm saying, in the next couple of years, or maybe next 2 to 3 years, we got, what I'm saying, we got lucky, you know what I mean? That, especially with a deep draft where we could have easily struck out and got the wrong player. You know what I mean? We did the right thing by getting a player that embodies everything that Tibbs, loves in his guys. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's man, listen, I think Knicks Nation is sleeping on this kid, MJ Walker. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a Florida thing or something.
Nah.
Like cats don't like dudes from Florida schools or something. But this kid out of Florida State,
he got dog in him.
Yes.
I like MJ.
I like that kid.
I've seen after we got him. Of course, you do your homework on him. You know what I'm saying? First off, who is this guy and why is he even on the team? You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at what he does, it's like, oh, okay, I see why. The same thing with Amir Sims. Like, I saw what that's why I was actually like, okay, I really want to see what he brings to the table. You know what I mean? So MJ Walker was already like one of those guys I was like, I can't wait to see him play in Summer League, because if he can fit in with this unit, we might not need to necessarily go into the free agent pool as heavy as we did, But we were lucky that we were able to, and that we drafted that we signed the guys back. But also, what I look at is these guys need mentorship.
Yeah.
So
yes.
And DSJ, the thing I'm excited about though is not what he's gonna do in the Garden, right? And I'm referencing MJ Walker, right?
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to what he's gonna do in the Garden on a nightly basis, because to be honest with you, I don't think he's gonna do nothing this season.
Oh no, he's gonna ride. He's gonna have some splinters in his behind.
Right? But you know where the exciting part to me is that these guys are gonna be guarding RJ Barrett in practice, right? And so while that means nothing to most people, like RJ Barrett, he averaged 18 points. That means RJ Barrett is going to be getting D'd up in practice every day, right? So if you don't get better in practice, RJ, that means you might be getting some of your minutes given out to other guys. Now, RJ, do you really want to be a star? I don't know if the old heads in here remember this song by I forget who sang it, but the song go, "You don't have to be a star, baby, to be in my show." You remember?
Yes.
That?
Yeah.
You don't have to be a star, baby. Yeah. Hey, listen. MJ Walker, you don't have to be a star, baby, to contribute to this Knicks team. You know what I'm saying? You can contribute your thing in practice by iron sharpening iron. By RJ Barrett giving him the business in practice gets to make him a better defender. You know what I'm saying? Makes MJ Walker better. And by RJ Barrett getting D'd up in practice every day by this guy.
That's the game, and as Errol would say, that's the game within the game.
Right.
So that's the game behind the game, behind the scenes that nobody would know about.
So you labeling them guys the next Rudies?
I'm sorry, say that again.
You labeling them guys the next Rudies? The practice guys. You name MJ Walker like a Rudy.
Kinda in a way, but at the same time, we are hoping that, or at least long term, that by building great practice habits, these guys will eventually crack the rotation, and then eventually maybe even start. And I'm talking about in a 3, 4, 5 year window. I ain't talking about like 3, 4, 5 month window. I'm talking about like down the road. You know what I'm saying? Because in 3, 4, 5 years, a lot of these Kemba will be gone, Rose will be gone, Noel will be gone. You know what I'm saying? Fournier will probably be gone. You know what I'm saying? And now you backfilling the roster with homegrown talent that came up in your culture, that know exactly what to do. And now instead of us looking like the LA Lakers, we look like the Toronto Raptors. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by the LA Lakers is by putting a championship contender together on the fly, or we can build it like the Toronto Raptors did.
Basically, or San Antonio try to build a dynasty and stay and sustain progression and contention to win.
Or Golden State Warriors, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's a good way of putting it, Free. Just like that, like you said, they're gonna be battling in practice. I didn't even look at it like that. You know, on a game within the game level, that these guys is definitely gonna make guys like RJ Barrett better. IQ definitely gonna be put to the test. We talked about it last night on my show. Like it's the plane is on the runway with him. Free. He better show up. He better show up and come correct and hopefully he's been watching some film, because I think that's what he lacks. Film study, because he hasn't corrected his mistakes that he was making all season long.
Right.
You know what I mean? So hopefully he took the last 2 months or month and a half to study some film and to work on his game to be a two-way player, or more than one dimensional. You know, he's one dimensional. So I think he's definitely going to be one that's going to be tested in practice. You might have Randall being tested with Obi. You know, Obi might be feeling himself after a good summer league. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
and
he
Jericho
might
Sims
have his chest poked out. He done played against the big boys in the Olympics, so he might have his chest poked out coming into training camp.
Yeah,
so that's definitely a good analysis on that one, Freeze.
Right. No doubt.
I was just about to preface your show from yesterday too, because we had that conversation as far as the new guys coming in and actually challenging the guys that are already on the squad as far as starting lineup, second unit, and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, again, they come in with a hunger. There's a different feel coming in with these guys. You know, McBride and Grimes are trying to make a name for themselves. What I'm saying, you got MJ Walker, who's trying to showcase why he was, even selected at some point. You know what I mean? And Sims, I think Sims is so underrated that he wants to make the name, especially when you got guys that have played in front of him, like Jackson Hayes, Mo Bamba, even Kai Jones. Like, okay, these guys might have had a bigger name, but maybe I'm the better player. So, you know what I'm saying, coming in with that mentality, you already want to see, okay, how does that affect training camp? How does that affect preseason? You know what I mean? And just everyday practice. And I agree 1,000,000%. I think that they're going to be the guys to challenge those guys already, you know what I mean? And help them to even get better. You know what I'm saying? So every day is going to be a battle.
Right.
Yeah, because this season, these cats can't come in. I mean, you got to the work got to be put in now. Like last year, once the season ended, they should have been putting in work, because like you said, these young cats are going to push them, because each one of them has a chip on their shoulder. The Williams kid, he went and drafted, and then he came in, and granted, yeah, it was summer league, but he showed us something right then, enough that he got signed. Who's to say that he can't be the Lonzo Trier, be what Lonzo Trier should have been, being undrafted and being signed, with the defense and the offense that he brings.
Right. No doubt. The kid reminds me of a very young John Starks. And I know people are like, a lot of fans hate John Starks, man, but they should. MJ Walker reminds me of the cat that's going to be super scrappy and annoying. He's going to contest everything, contest your dribble, contest your pass, contest all your shots. You know what I'm saying? Be assignment sound, know where to be. You know what I'm saying? Know his assignments, know other people's assignments to help them get in place, so you won't have any lapses or holes in your defense. Right? And then he is good at everything else. Good, not great, but good at everything else. Where good enough at everything else where you don't have a Reggie Bullock type situation on offense. right?
Yeah, because you run Reggie off a spot, it was a wrap.
He done for the rest of the play. Yeah.
I just hope he gives us more minutes than Reggie Bullock did. Seems like he was good for about 17 minutes, but played 30.
I would say this though. I am in the mind of GI brought this up, and I still kind of worry about it a little bit low key. Granted, we play defense, but I do think we do need that one wing that GI has been saying. We got Grimes, we got this kid Walker that could possibly turn, but that's down the line. We got Evan, but I do think we may need to find us that wing to bring in a longer wing, defensive type wing. I agree with GI on that one for sure.
Yeah, and somebody mentioned Amir Sims, bro. I think Amir Sims is not an NBA player, right? And I know that sounds so disrespectful so early in his career, but he don't present you with any standout NBA skill. Like he's not an elite leaper. He's not a strong man with energy, kind of like a Montrezl Harrell or a Ben Wallace. He's not an elite enough shooter. He's not an elite ball handler. His basketball IQ may be pretty good, but without those requisite skills, I don't think he's that guy yet. I think Amir Sims may be one of the first guys that are cut when things come down to it.
Yeah.
So you don't think he has something about
I agree with you on that. Yeah, there's something about Sims that something about him. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but yeah, I agree with you. Something about him.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was asking. You don't think he has the potential to play the 3 at a 6'8"?
No, he'll be a small ball. He'll be a small ball 4 in the NBA if he makes the team.
Okay,
he'll be a small ball 4, because he won't be. Hey, listen, man, he ain't gonna be able to guard Brandon Ingram. That's out. He ain't gonna be able to guard KD. He ain't gonna be able to guard no who insert.
How many can guard KD though? I think that's an unfair thing to put out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Think Kevin Knox when it comes to defensive fluidity.
Right.
Do you think it's more foot speed, Freezy, for Sims? Because originally, if because people were looking at hoping and praying, while people were talking heads and stuff, media was saying we're looking at Knox as being that guy. Kept comparing him to a possible KD, even the PG-13 type, because he's long. I mean, he's got the long, lanky body that you would think, if he had the foot speed or whatever else. But then too, it goes down to the cat's motor. And the thing is his confidence. If he get his confidence, could be a different thing. But again, he's got to put in that work.
I would say when it comes to Sims, he is the type of right now he looks like the type of player that maximizes his potential in college, but don't have a lot of upside. You know what I'm saying? He's like the dude that had potential and he reached it in college. You know what I'm saying? And no knock on that, because some people don't ever get to their full potential. I think this kid did at Clemson, and that was about it for him. Great, really good college player, but that'll be about it.
Yeah.
I mean, and ain't no harm in that. And that, he get to go to camp with the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Probably the opportunity of a lifetime. Maybe he'll show some skills that we didn't know he had. Because sometimes college coaches won't allow you to do certain things in their offense and defense.
Yeah,
right. Yep. Just ask Kevin Booker.
yeah, or ask Jericho Sims.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing about it is, this kid had enough time at Clemson to show some stuff, but he didn't show. Because think about it, on draft night, y'all wasn't looking for somebody to draft Amir Sims.
No.
Everybody knew he was gonna go undrafted for a reason.
Right.
So,
Right.
it is. And I hope the kid can develop though.
My only question is, who do you see on this roster that if they make a valuable impact, that the Knicks would be forced to? Let me backtrack. Which player do you see being cut to make room for somebody else that shows out? Because
Kevin Knox.
because remember when Alonzo Trier got signed, what we give him? We give him a
2 years.
Well, I'm
My
talking about
bad,
before.
fellas.
I'm
My
talking about before.
Cujo's going off.
Oh, it's okay, brother. It's okay, so but I'm talking about before when we saw in summer league, we was like, oh, this guy, is pretty good. We're gonna sign him to a two-way deal, and then all of a sudden he showed out in preseason. And they said, you know what, we're gonna cut Ron Baker and sign him.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. What is there?
The chat is thinking Luca Vildoza.
I forgot he was even on the team. I thought they had already released him already.
He didn't help himself, unfortunately. He did not.
Yeah, I thought they released him already. I forgot all about him.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we don't even mention him in my conversation.
Yeah, I was big on him. But that was also under the impression that he was going to play in the summer league as well. Because even though he played in the Olympics, this was your team. This was your job right here. So
yeah, he didn't show too much.
Was him getting ripped by Scotty Barnes. I just once you see that,
that's a problem.
Mistake.
Yeah, Kev, I had asked the same questions, like sort of the same question last night on the show, and I asked the guys in the panel, like, who don't y'all see making it to the end of the season? What player on the team right now you don't see finishing the season out with the Knicks?
I think it's easily. I think it's going to be 3 people, right? So Vildoza is one, and Dwayne Bacon is another, right? As far as getting cut from the active roster, because we have 20 people on the active roster, I think Dwayne Bacon is gone because you can find 6'6", you can find 6'6" scoring anywhere USA, right? And he's not even an efficient scorer. He's just a high volume shooter, right?
That was my joke player yesterday.
But third, man, I think it's gonna wind up being Amir Sims. I think Amir Sims, Dwayne Bacon, and Luca Vildoza will be gone. I think MJ Walker's gonna get that second 2-way, and then the rest of the roster will be set.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, Luca for sure, because Luca. After the way you broke it down, freezing fellas is Amir Sims, and granted, I think even if it could be the person you started talking about today in your show, Freezy, Knox. I can see Knox getting moved up out of here if it doesn't come through. Right. Or one of the younger guys, because Knox could be put in some kind of deal to get something out of it. I don't see him just letting go, but I kind of think that eventually you're gonna have to pull the plug on that, because he is on life support in his own way, and then Jericho's gonna wind up going down to the G League for a little bit until it's just a matter of not if but when one of our other 2 bigs get hurt.
Right. And I don't think they want to pay. I don't think they want to play Taj either.
No, Taj is he's our version of what's his name in Miami.
Oh, Udonis Haslem?
Yeah, Taj is our Udonis Haslem.
Taj is the highest paid mentor I've ever seen.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, man.
Taj is like that uncle, man. You got that one uncle you can go to the house. He sits down and talks. Let me tell you something, man. Let me sit down. And talk to you. Let me tell you something, young fella. And that's Taj right there.
Yeah.
Too bad Cornerstone isn't here anymore, because I had a question for him. Is he gonna wear that new shirt on his show tonight? Because he got like 17 new shirts just in rotation,
Yeah.
He'll be on the panel. Next thing you know, he'll go jump off the panel, come back on. It's a new shirt.
So you saying Cornerstone changed clothes like Uncle Charlie does in concert, right?
Yeah. He does it like a Jay-Z single.
Change clothes and go. Yeah, man. So L, we trying to do something Saturday night, man. Hey, Sophie, let me tell you something.
Count me in. Just let me know the time.
Okay. I'm gonna try to text. I'm gonna try to text everybody and let everybody know.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, Soulfinger, these dudes telling me that my lineup of Magic Johnson and Dr. J in the backcourt is not good enough to be the best team all time. Ask me who my center was, Soulfinger.
Who was your center, Freeze?
Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt the Stilt. Yes. Actually, I was and I was looking at some of the lineups, and I was like, some of you guys had some nice stuff on there. I'm trying to think who had Earl the Pearl.
I forgot who had Earl the Pearl.
Was that Chuck? Was that Nickel for Life?
No, that was Mama Said. I think it was Mama Said.
I think somebody had Earl the Pearl and the Iceman together.
No, I had the Iceman.
Okay, you had Iceman. Okay.
Iceman was my small forward. Man, Dr. J and Iceman on the wings?
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, ooh, that's mean.
Yo, it was hard trying to put the star lineups together too. And I Sophie, I blew it too because when I had that first pick in my second team, I picked Allen Iverson and Kevin Durant was available. And when I look at you're
gonna take L, no pun.
And when I look at that squad, when I look at that squad, it could have been Kevin Durant, Patrick Ewing, Westbrook. That was Westbrook and Durant would have been back together again on that last squad. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kind of dropped the ball on that one. And who was the one who had LeBron and Kobe? Who they had? LeBron and Kobe? Who had that?
Somebody had LeBron. He had LeBron and KD.
Yeah, Bricks Nation.
Oh.
Yeah, Bricks Nation. Bricks Nation started out strong too, so we thought he was going to kill it. He started out. But then he drafted Billy King.
Oh.
Who?
The GM for the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
That's who he drafted. He drafted Billy King. He said Billy King.
Yep. And when we said when we said who, we were like, who? He's like, you heard me, Billy King.
Yeah. That was it was dope because it's so many woulda, coulda, shoulda that came out of that a player here, a player there for the team into it catapulted them. You know what I mean?
Right. And the thing too is I was trying to give out the instructions too, so y'all can have a clearer picture. But everybody was talking and was so excited that I kept trying to repeat the stuff, and I think it kind of some people missed out on what we were looking to accomplish because we were so excited about doing the draft. But now that we have one of those drafts under our sleeves, the next time we do it, I think people will be more focused.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying?
Because for Moses Malone to go undrafted and Tony Kukoc to get drafted, somebody is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, Drazen Petrovic was drafted right before Jerry West.
Wow, what?
Yes, I drafted Jerry West.
Oh, so you got a steal. You slid in, got a steal on that one.
Yeah, I got Jerry West. I got Dr. J. I got the Iceman. I had Magic Johnson. Bill Russell. I got Bill Russell too in the third round. Yes.
Hold on, Freezy. Hold on, man. You saying Dr. J, Iceman, Jerry West, Bill Russell on the squad you were able to draft?
Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson. Yes, it was crazy, man. It was and David Thompson. People don't remember Skywalker.
Oh,
and man. David Thompson.
See, the thing is those first few,
bruh. And
Yeah, yo,
and Rick Barry was on the board.
Yeah, it's hard. Yo, so think it was hard because first you ain't have a lot of time, you know what I mean, and then you had to pick, you know what I mean. Like my first squad, which was Kareem, I had Kareem, Isaiah, Carmelo, Paul Pierce, Giannis. Who else I had? I had a nice squad.
Yeah,
I had a nice squad.
You come out the box,
and I think I put Giannis, and I think I put Giannis on the bench. He didn't even start. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because you don't have a lot of time, and then you trying to look at all these greats, man, and it can be daunting and mind blowing because a lot of aspects you really can't go wrong unless a certain somebody that got overlooked. Like you were saying, you had Durant, you had a chance to get Durant, but you went AI.
Yeah.
And that was so thing that I look at that squad, that team definitely. I had Reggie Miller on that squad too. So that team definitely had a championship aspirations on that squad. If I'd have picked Kevin Durant, because all the other players, I still would have got them. I still would have been able to get them.
Yeah, but Durant would have been your centerpiece.
He'd have been in my centerpiece. Yep.
It was man. Listen, it was crazy how it played out. My only thing is when we was explaining the instructions and how things were going, you know what I'm saying? We kind of had people coming in and out, and then it was kind of, so it was kind of like a distraction. And then plus, every draft pick got a reaction. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody said Allen Iverson, everyone was like, "Oh man, I want an AI to slide back to me," and then it kind of threw people off because now Allen Iverson ain't on the board, and now you got to scratch a line through his name. So you like, dang man, I wanted to get, So it was crazy. Like you hear somebody say Patrick Ewing or Bill Russell or Hakeem Olajuwon and David Robinson. You're like, oh my God, I gotta hurry me get a center now. What centers are left? You know what I'm saying? And so it kind of threw everybody, man. It was fun.
Yeah, it's crazy when you say it like that because it is fun because when somebody, you see guards are rolling, you say okay, and then somebody's like, you know what, let me strike now and get my big right now. And you jump out there like, give me Kareem, and then you like. Then the next person jump out there and snatch you on, or somebody catch or somebody get a larger one. Then now you panicking, and it blows up your whole way of thinking and the way you want to move. So you kind of try to be disciplined, but it's hard to do when you see all these other greats. But the thing is, when you got a big pot of greats like that, because basically what you did was just had basketball draft gumbo of the greatest.
Yep,
that's what it was. All those greats in the pot, and you can't go wrong. You don't have to worry about, when you're dealing with gumbo, you got people that want to go to the bottom and get all the shrimp and sausage out of the bottom. Instead of working about that. So this is, you were all in it.
Yeah, man. This girl fixed gumbo for me one time. I came from the city, right? So this girl was like, my man was like, hey, Uncle Freezy, you going to this girl's house. Don't you go over there eat. And remember, you in Louisiana now. Like, man, I ain't worried about no Louisiana.
Don't eat the spaghetti.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. Yeah. So they were like, "Hey, man, remember now? Hey, this thing is real." I'm like, man, this ain't real, bro. Hey, this ain't real, bro. And I saw the Creole women.
Yeah,
it was like the strangest. It's like the strangest thing that I had ever seen. Because this lady that I met, I was like, yo, you light-skinned and got funny color eyes.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
And she was like, hey, Uncle Freezy, guess what? You light-skinned and got funny color eyes. This ain't nothing. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Touche.
I'm going to tell you what's crazy. I was deployed. I don't know if you ever heard of the Seychelles Islands.
No, I haven't.
Well, we were on deployment, and it's a resort right off the coast of Africa. It's under France, falls under France. Their Creole are different from our Creole in Louisiana. You know, I mean, I've seen the most beautiful women in the world. They're right there in Seychelles. Beautiful women, man. But what got me was to see like silky smooth, like chocolate, like super smooth chocolate. I mean, I see women over there so dark they can leave fingerprints on charcoal, but beautiful.
Yeah.
And but had green eyes, blew my mind. Hair like silk. This ain't like store-bought hair like silk. It was just store-bought, and they were just it was wild, man. When I was over there, it was like the ratio was like 8-1. Cats were losing their mind.
And they everywhere. You
Yeah.
like they everywhere. And they common. Right? Yeah. Man,
I mean, they were falling out the trees. So, you know, that was wild. And then, like I said, Louisiana, if you go to Lake Charles, that's the land of red bones and yellow hammers, as we call them back home.
Yeah, I know. I know. I went trust what bro, one of the funnest years I had in my life, the most fun I ever had in my life. I spent 1 year at Fort Polk, Louisiana. Right. And so I went to this small town called Marksville, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Right. Bro.
Yeah, that one little blinking traffic light.
Yes. And when I stopped, because we rented a van, right? And when I pulled out when we pulled over to the little store and got out, and the girl, as soon as I got out, the girl was like, "Hey, Red Boy, come see." I was like, "Come see, Red Boy? I'm Uncle Freezy." She like, come see. And I was like, "Come see? What in the world?" And I didn't know that in certain places in Louisiana, that mean come here.
Yeah, come here. See, the thing is, people don't understand. We got 3 different ways of dialect back at the house, man. Up north is different from mid Louisiana and down south. Because you know, I had a homeboy from the islands. I was in my unit. Nobody could understand him really, but to me, he sounded like he was from back home. So I was kind of, it was like, "Hey, Smitty, what he said?" I'll tell him this is what he said. I mean, because he had an accent, you know, whatever they call it. I was like, "Man, this is what he said, man." They was like, "How you understand him?" I'm like, "Bro, he sound like cats back at the crib."
Yeah. Because I was in a unit with this dude named Legnon, right? Legnon, Legnon. Like everybody call him Legnon. When he took us to his. So first of all, you ever saw what's that movie? What's the thing on A&E where they hunt the crocodiles?
Oh yeah,
alligators. Yeah. I forget. But anyway, back in the late 80s, we go down there, and that's what his pop sound like. And I call him Leg. Now, you know how in the military you call everybody by their last name, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, Legnon, man, where everybody at? This pop's like, Legnon. I was like, yeah, that's his name. And he's like, no, it's Legnon.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Blew my mind.
Well, the thing is, you know, Louisiana is probably one of the only states that when people talk to you, they're talking to you and asking a question. They can answer you by asking a question when they talk to you, or speak to you by asking a question. What you doing now yet?
Yeah. And bro, and so let me. So I started with the gumbo thing real quick, right? So the girl, man, she was fine, man. Her mama was fine. Her grandma was fine. Her aunties. Yeah. I was like, God. So anyway, they started gumbo right in this big old black cauldron, bro. It's the biggest pot I ever saw in my life.
Yeah.
Right, and it's on a wood fire. They got, like, you know, the whole dugout. You know what I'm saying? They got a grate over the man. It looked like something out of Bugs Bunny, bro. I like, what y'all gonna do with it, bro? They started putting stuff in there, and people just walking up from down the road. Hey, you know why they just walk up, talking, throw their thing in the gumbo pot, and I'm like, what in the world? I ain't never seen this before. But bro, when I tell you, so the gumbo was ready probably by dusk dark. We had been out there all day, so it's ready by dusk dark, right? We out there playing dominoes. We out there doing, you know. So she's like, "Here, taste this," and I'm like, "Yo, my homeboy told me not to eat nothing red at all." She was like, Don't be that stuff. That's old people stuff. And I'm like, nah, man. He told me, I was like, hey, he told me if I eat something red at your house, I'm gonna marry you, and I'm gonna be stuck in Louisiana for the rest of my life.
They said, "Scared she's gonna put a root on you." That's what they call it. Putting a root
right.
Put a root on you.
Put a rut, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, rut, what? You know, and so I'm laughing at them, but they laughing at me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, man, I'm straight. I ain't it. She's like, just taste it for me. Just taste it for me. So I tasted it for her, bruh. When I tell you the first time I ate gumbo, bro, it was like, how did I miss this my whole life?
Yeah.
How did I, bro? I ate everywhere, bro. I've been everywhere, bro. I've been everywhere on the East Coast, except past Mass. I ain't never been to Rhode Island and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But everywhere on the East Coast, I've been there, right? I ain't never tasted something so good in my life, bro.
Yeah, and there's different ways they make it, and that's just thing.
And this was without the rice. This is without rice, bro. This is just out the pot.
Oh, so she had you taste the root?
Yeah, bro. And listen, man, bro. I didn't know they put potatoes in it.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't potatoes, shrimp, bro. Listen, man. You talking about? But anyway, I know people like Uncle Freezy. You need to talk next. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I gotta wrap up, man. So I can get out of here and do some stuff for the day, man. Soulfinger, man, it was good to have you on.
Appreciate letting me in the building.
Yeah, man. Nah, man. Y'all know y'all got a key to the building, man. Come on. Y'all know y'all got a key to the building, man. DSJ, I appreciate you, bro. We definitely gonna rock and roll tomorrow night. So thanks to Worldwide L, to Charlie Ward Cousin, to Cornerstone Kev, to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all coming through. The Knicks at Night podcast will be on tonight. I got to get with Cully about the time, but the pod couple will be on today at 6:30 to 8. So y'all stay tuned for that. That's definitely gonna be a hoop with G-Man for Life and Cornerstone Kev. And we're gonna do the Knicks at Night podcast tonight and tomorrow night. And stay tuned for the Knicks Want to Drive in the morning at 8:45-ish. Again, thank y'all for coming through, man. I'll holler at y'all later.
Hey, before we go though, how did you forget the word root when you look like Snake Eyes Benny from Harlem Nights? Ain't that what you want quick about?
Root.
Can't forget that the root. Hey, you gotta watch out for it. Don't you forget it. You're gonna put a root on your dog.
A root. I'm telling you, cause she said, her grandma was like, "Oh boy, ain't nobody gonna bury your drawers in the yard."
Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah. That's the other.
I was like, she was like, how we gonna bury your drawers in the yard and you got your drawers on?
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah, man. Don't eat the spaghetti. You get married, jump over the broomstick, bury your drawers in the yard. There's all kinds of craziness down there.
Bro, Louisiana is something. But anyway, I said all of that. I didn't mean for it to have a negative connotation. Shout out to all my people from Louisiana, man. I had the time of my life down there, bro. It was the only thing I didn't like was the love bugs.
Man, look, when I left there back in '90, I got tired of those mosquitoes, man. Because keep telling you, mosquitoes like 46 or 56 chopper, man. Them things come down. They like look. They known for carrying off small humans, man. Them things are humongous.
Yes, bro. I saw. Well, listen, man. We could talk about this all day long, man. I'm gonna get out of here. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. The conversation was excellent as usual. I'll holler at y'all later, man.
Be easy, fellas. DSJ, get at me when you can, bro.
Gotcha.